Good morning. This is Rachel with Infused Meadows. Oranges. Okay, so I've washed all these, and it's one of the few times you'll see me use this. I am going to take the zest off of all these oranges, and then I'm gonna squeeze what's left and make some orange juice. I like to keep the zest from lemons, limes, oranges. Yeah, pretty much any of the fruits that you can zest. I think that's about it actually. And then what I do is I dehydrate these and put them into a jar, and then that way whenever I need zest for anything, whether I'm making like an orange ice cream or I don't know, a lemon blueberry bread, or just a lemon bread actually. That way I can pull out that dehydrated zest, and I do keep a small jar powdered so that way, if a recipe calls for a teaspoon of zest, I just pull out a teaspoon of my dehydrated and powdered zest. Now I don't powder all of it at once because that would be silly in case I don't need all of it at once. Now I do cut out the bad, okay? So if you got a bad spot, just cut that out. You can, zest this with a zester. I just find that this is a lot faster, and it does not take the pith because, that pith is very, very bitter. You don't want that. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing. This won't be a short video, but I'm hoping it won't be too long either. Alright, so we'll be back. Okay, so I've got all my oranges done. This is my zest. All I'm going to do, and believe it or not, because zest is so thin, actually it does not matter. If it is slightly piled, it'll still dry. You're going to put this in your dehydrator at 40 degrees Celsius or 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, this is usually done in about 3 to 4 hours, so don't let it go too long. It doesn't take that long. So you're just gonna, like I said, don't pile it on, but it's okay if some of them overlap. They'll still dehydrate. And this only took, a few minutes. Doesn't take that long. Let me get this moved and we'll be right back. So just to show you, this is what I have right now of orange dried orange peel. And then this is a jar that I keep that's already been ground up. Okay, I try not to powder it too much, so I just pulse it in my little grinder to get more of a granule. That way when I use this in my orange ice cream or anything else that I want, it's there. It's not a powder, so it's not 100% incorporating to where you're like, okay, is there actually oranges in here? I don't know how else to put that. So I'm going to finish putting these on here, and then I just thought I would show you these so that you understand, so that you see, I guess, what I'm doing. And what I meant to tell you in yesterday's video. So when you dry things and you put them in a jar and you let them set for a week, and every day, you grab it, you shake your jar. At any point in time in that week, if you see moisture, just put it back in your dehydrator. You don't have to throw that out. You just put it back in the dehydrator and let it keep going until it's done. If it takes another, let's say 3 hours, then in 3 hours you check it. Like I've told you, if it flexes, it's not done. If it breaks, it's done. But don't do it as soon as you turned off your dehydrator, or else it's still warm. And well, almost anything, unless you burn the crap out of it, almost anything still flexes, when it's warm. So I hope that this helps in any way, shape, or form, because like I said, we've got oranges, and I try not to waste. I've told y'all this in every video, I think. So what I get from this is, I will cut these in half, and I'll squeeze the orange juice into this bowl, and then I will just pour the juice into a jar or a couple of jars, and I'll put that in the refrigerator, and then when we want orange juice, we can just grab it and drink some orange juice. You can, take and add a little bit of water, taste your orange juice, see if you need to add some sugar or some honey, whatever you like. But this way you get your zest You don't have to worry about using it immediately because you can make this shelf stable and it stores. And then you also get the orange juice. So the only thing you're really wasting is just this outside, that, you know, with the pith after you've squeezed it really good. So you're not having to waste too much. I hope that makes sense, because I don't know of a use for this part. I just don't. And I don't know anybody that uses, you know, the pith. Yeah, so I hope that this helps. I don't think that you need to see everything. I mean, you literally cut your orange in half and then you just squeeze it. Some people have those things, the things, I don't remember what they're called, a juicer, or you've got the press juicer. I don't have any of that. I got 2 hands that God gave me and they work. So this is how I do it. You do it your way. But I hope that this helps in any way, shape, or form, in case anybody out there was just curious or wanted to make their own juice. No, you're not going to see me actually squeeze it, because what's the point in that, right? Just cut your orange in half, squeeze it until you can't get anything else out of it, put it in another bowl to go in your trash can. I would tell you to put this in your garden, you know, if you garden, but you really don't want to put too much citrus in your garden. Look it up. There's certain plants and stuff that you grow that you could put that in the soil and they'll love it. And then there's other plants that you grow, if you put all that in the soil, they won't love it. So, you know, just do your research as usual. And I'll do a short just to show people, you know, that those that sit and scroll the shorts, that I have done this in case they're interested and they can come over and watch it. But hey, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And if this didn't help you, I'm sorry. And if it gave you an idea to run with, hey, go have fun. As always, I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.